Welcome to my studio. Now this is a little bit different to what I normally post and edit. It's going to be not live, but I'm going to show you my studio as it is right now, as like a little studio tour, and just talk about plein air for a bit. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kayleen West. I live in Victoria, Australia. Always experimenting and working in many mediums. Sit back, enjoy the video. And of course, please like, subscribe and share if you will. Much appreciated. Now I'm showing my studio on the back of art demonstrations and teaching, and I've had one of my kids got married, so I've had a wedding, and on the back of a painting trip, on the back of exhibitions, and so my studio is a mess. But so you're seeing something that I haven't cleaned up. It's not Insta-worthy at all, but you're seeing the real deal. Now, I have just dumped this in yesterday. I have done a bit of plein air painting this week. Yesterday I went out with the Pastel Society of Victoria and, excuse that lighting change there, and did some pastels, which I've been focusing on pastels quite a bit for the past couple of years. I work in all mediums, and that's what I want to talk to you about. I have a plein air kit for each medium that I operate in, and so I have a kit for pastel, I have a kit for oil, which you're seeing two kits kind of dumped down on the floor there. I have a kit for acrylic now, one for gouache, and a sketch kit that I can grab and go for general sketching or live classes and things like that. So if you have a kit packed, ready to go with everything in it, even if you have duplicates, sometimes I'll have duplicates in those kits that I've got in the studio, and that's deliberate so that I'm not pulling things out of my kits in the studio, forgetting to put them back. It saves you time, and it saves you a lot of brain work. You can just grab and go. You know it's always available. If you get invited in the last minute and you haven't had time to put your stuff together, you've got it there. You know you can go, and you know that you're far less likely to forget something and leave it at home, and that can be a pain. I've got a video, if you go back, there's a plein air video where I actually forgot my easel, and so I had to improvise, and that was something I did not want to do again. So I have those kits. If you would like to know exactly what I pack in each kit, let me know in the comments below, and if it's a popular demand, I will make a video for each kit if you like. Now, plein air painting, I've got a couple here that I did yesterday at the Lavender Farm in Wandon, and so there's a couple here. The lavender wasn't quite out, but you work with what's there, and as artists we don't need all the lavender to be out to paint lavender. We can add a bit of colour there where it belongs, but there are a couple I did. Now what I'm noticing with my plein air, this was also started in plein air. It was framed. It's actually won an award, and I've taken it back out of the frame now. But this one was started on plein air, finished in the studio, and this one over here was this week plein air locally. And I'm noticing my work is getting a look to it. You know, some people call it a style, but it's starting to develop a certain look as I tend to work a lot in the medium, and almost on a daily basis, and getting that experience outside. This was a demonstration I did for Ringwood Art Society, and it's not finished, but it's lovely in its simplicity already, I think. But I know when I was doing this, all the plein air work helped me create this and create it fast. When you're doing a demonstration for an art group or a seminar or whatever, you've got to work really fast, and you've got to be thinking in an environment that's probably not as conducive to thinking as your studio or in a private space. So you really do are thinking on your feet and pulling in everything that you have in your little mental toolkit. And so plein air painting helped with this painting a lot. It helped me make a lot of decisions as I went and be able to interact with the audience as I painted it. So I highly recommend you get out, and if you're wanting to practice and do art, you get out and do that. These are some unfinished works that I've done plein air recently in acrylic, which I don't normally work in, but I forced myself to take the acrylics and do plein air in acrylic to get more familiar with working that rather than oils. So, you know, some of them aren't finished, or most of them aren't finished, but that's part of the process. I do tend to get a lot of unfinished works that I've got to then work on later. However, I just keep going and creating. So this box here is lots of finishing off, you know, works that I've started, mostly plein air, and I just, you know, one by one work through them when I can. Here's another local one I've done on a board. This is another pastel. They're mainly oils in there. It's another pastel. I could show you so many because they're just accruing. I need to actually start putting them out there so people can take them home. But yeah, this video was mainly just to put a spotlight on plein air painting. I wasn't going to film myself, but I just want to say that plein air painting is quite popular over, say, in America and other countries, and it's given the attention it probably should have, but Australia's been a little bit slow to catch on there. However, now I see plein air groups like everywhere in the different states and the different areas, and they're quite active now, and they're growing. There's also events starting here, but what I have noticed that the plein air painters are starting to pick off prizes in the art shows. The strength of the plein air work is starting to grab prizes over studio work. So that is a really good sign. So it's good to see it out there and to encourage it. And I just wanted to put this video out to do that on behalf of an Australian who would really love to see artists focus on that. What I have noticed though over here, and it could be, some of it could be because the gentlemen are at work, but the plein air groups are mainly women. Like they are predominantly, if not all, women out there plein air painting. I very rarely see the gentlemen amongst the groups that I go out in, and the art societies and that. There's very, very few males that are painting plein air. So that was an interesting observation, because going back centuries you would have probably seen the opposite, and so things are very different now. But yeah, I would encourage all those who are trying to hone down their skills and you know, improve their artwork to go out and paint from life outside the studio, and not just for the skill building but for the experience. You experience people, wonderful people you meet. You do need to have a tolerance for interruptions, but there is you meet some great people. I have a lot of fun with people when I'm out and I engage with people, and you have a lot of experiences with even nature, with birds and animals, and yeah, fortunately not snakes so far. We have snakes here, so, and they're out. So yeah, so bless you all. I hope that video encourages you to go plein air painting. Go there. Don't you leave that little one alone.